Hello and welcome to the Gilly Steinke Physical Education Center here on the campus of Texas A&M-Kingsville University, or for those of you that joined us earlier today, I should say welcome back. The women played their version of this same matchup, the West Texas Lady Buffs versus your Javelinas earlier today. Just about a half hour ago, that game finished up, and it was Kingsville on top of the visitors from West Texas, 80-44. The 8-2 Lady Buffs, who were on a 4-game winning streak, are now 8-3 and have snapped that winning streak courtesy of a long trip here to Kingsville, where the Lady Havs put on their. The men are hoping that they can do exactly the same thing. It's Isaiah Payne Allen, Singleton, Zion, Little Jordan, Henderson, and Bryson Goldsmith. Those are the 5 for Kingsville and your Javelinas. And we're just a moment here from tip-off. Bit of a stoppage as the referee's talking to someone here at the scorer's table, trying to get something sorted out. This, for both of these teams, is the 4th conference game of the year. West Texas is obviously undefeated in conference play. They're undefeated overall as well, the number 2 team in the country. 1-2 in conference play are your Javelinas, and they did get that win not too long ago. It was last weekend against UTPB. Quickly into the lane, denied by Little inside. That's the way to start the ball game for Kingsville, and frankly, if you want any hope of pulling off a massive upset and beating the undefeated number 2 team in the nation, you're going to have to do it most likely on that end of the floor. That is defensively. Into the lane, spinning, stepping through, layup is good. No, offensive foul, wave it off. Oh my goodness, in to draw it was Jordan Hernandez, who put his body on the line. Pagata, it looked like, snuck that elbow inside and hooked it around Henderson, and so sort of got himself positioning that one. This has been an up and down end of the floor for Kingsville. Often the offense is a little bit disjointed, a little bit more isolation than you'd probably like it. However, when they are cooking, they have a lot of guys who can score the basketball. Goldsmith is one of them. He rises and fills it up. The first points of the ball game come from the right hand of Bryson Goldsmith. He starts the scoring for Kingsville and the ball game 2-0. Quickly into the lane through contact. They call it clean. A block for Goldsmith, who then gets to the floor and forces a jump ball. Great defense early. Ahmed Muhammad right into the lane and met what should have been an easy contest from Bryson Goldsmith, who is, of course, a guard. Goldsmith stands at just 6'1", and that's soaking wet if you get my drift. But he rises up and gets a big-time block. Singleton fighting his way off the blitz. Little's open for 3, knocks it in. Rattled on the iron and found the nylon. 5-0 early. McMillan off a screen. He's working on Payne. Into the lane, and that's what you got to watch out for. Payne's got active hands. Singleton shows off the speed and blows the layup. Oh, he blew the bunny, did everything but make it. Pagata left side. Top of the key, Muhammad. Uses the screen, forced to pick it up. McMillan. They're getting an isolation for Pagata, who wants to work on Henderson. Forced to give it up. Defense rotates for Kingsville. Stepping into the lane, layup is good. Gretchen got it, count it, in a foul. Gresham converts. He'll have a chance for an and one. The lefty Gresham driving from the right corner, got to his strong hand by stepping through, up and good, counted in a foul. Front iron no good. West Texas was held scoreless for just over 2 minutes, but this is a team that can score in bunches, and when I say that, put the bunches in all caps. This is a team with a bunch of flamethrowers on it. Payne rises and fires and fills it up. The long two has been kind to Kingsville early in this one. They've got 4 of their 7 points that way. And it's now 7-2. Pagata another touch. They're feeding it through him early. They do this often. Got to his left hand, but blew it. That's a couple of blown easy ones now in this ball game. 1 for Kingsville, and now 1 for West Texas. Goldsmith, Singleton, Henderson. Now it's Payne. Gets to a tough J, short. Muhammad corralled the rebound somehow, and even more impressive, he saved it in. Knocked away by Payne. Isaiah Payne up near the top of the conference in steals. And more than that, as you know, with anyone who's adept taking the basketball away, plenty more than end up in the steals category will go for him as knockaways. Muhammad driving on Gordon, who just checked into the ball game. New hair for Gordon, who's got his short dreads up in a bun, top of the head, keep him out of his face. Muhammad working on Singleton. Into the lane, steps through, got past one of the best individual perimeter defenders on this squad. It got to the cup and laid it in. Singleton right side, sporting those neon bright green shoes. Off to his backcourt mate, that's Payne. Down low, right to the rim, Lacewell hangs on the rim. He punched it home, 2 hands for safety. Stolen away, there's Payne. Easy with the left hand. Count it for a pair, Kingsville 11-4, and they've got all kinds of energy early. The number 2 team in the country trailing just 4 minutes in. First media timeout, and we'll take a quick break. You're watching
Texas A&M University, Kingsville. This is your time. We are a community of thinkers, entrepreneurs, and leaders. We discover, connect, and innovate. We always push the boundaries of expectation. We are Javelina Nation. Strong, fearless, proud.
We're back with more Javelina basketball live on Flow Sports. Just over 4 minutes into the first half, and Kingsville has leapt out of the gate to have a red-hot start in this ball game. They've got a 7-point lead over the Buffs, from West Texas, who, as I'm sure any Buffs fan can tell you, are a very impressive squad. This is the number 2 basketball team in the country on the Division II level for a reason. They lead the conference and are middling near the top of the country in a number of different stats. 8-0, 3-0 in conference play, but Kingsville's got the stat that matters today, on top 11-4. Long triple is long. Good box out from Kingsville. It's Gordon who comes down with the board. They want to run. Singleton short. And now a chance for West Texas to run right back at him. Kingsville okay with this game if it were to become a track meet. They go very deep, just head coach Omar Gonzalez into his bench. You can sort of see it on that camera angle as that one knocked away Kingsville basketball. You can see it from where the camera is. I mean, this is a deep team. There are a lot of players on it, and for the large portion of this season, head coach Omar Gonzalez has gone 12 deep, though that is only nominally. He'll really play 9 for most of this game, though 12 will probably see the court as few, I'd say, as 11, as Payne gets his spot and knocks it in. What has really elevated Isaiah Payne's game, the graduate student guard for Kingsville, is that mid-range shot. Because he's so good off the bounce, he can work his way to a couple of different spots on the floor that he likes. That's one of them. Triple on the way. UB is long. West Texas hasn't found their mark from beyond the long line. Neither their women's nor their men's team has ripped cords much from distance today. Lacewell catch outside. Handoff for Payne. That's Dan Sanchez who just checked in. Gordon, who's coming off the bench as well. Sanchez fakes the handoff and he'll go into the lane, spinning, fading, firing, off glass, no good. That was really good defense. He was trying to spin a little bit deeper into his spot, but the defense prevented him from doing that. Nice kick out. One more and a triple try. Nylon. Finally, they find the bottom of the net. And that's a big one. It's Mackenzie Morgan knocking it in. The Aussie, one of a couple of different Australian natives on this squad. The one more than likely that you're going to see play a little bit more. Lacewell off the deflection, retreats to the backcourt to get it. Payne off a Lacewell screen. Nearly lost it, got it back. Just 7 to work with on the clock. Crossover into the lane. Lay-in is easy. Coach Omar Gonzalez throws his hands up. He wanted Payne to move the basketball, to go to his move quicker. It's almost like watching Steph Curry with this kid. You got to throw your hands up and say, you know what? He made it. All's well that ends well. Along the baseline, fouled on the floor. Will they give this to Gordon or Sanchez coming to help? They'll give it to Gordon. And they will give it to him shooting, which is a touch surprising. I thought, frankly, that it was a good call, that Gordon was getting a little too physical with his body, but I thought he got the contact a little earlier than that. Chati Kavanich in and out. Split the pair, here comes Gordon. Goldsmith. Nice pass inside. Lacewell up fake, got his defender in the air and then got fouled on the second go around. Still a 7-point lead for Kingsville early, who blitzed the team from West Texas out of the gate, holding them to just 8 points right now. Obviously, it'll change, you would assume. This Buffs team is very, very talented, but all the more impressive for what this defense is and has been doing. They are right now the best offense in the country, and they have the second best scoring margin. Excuse me, they're the best offense in the conference, the Lone Star, not the country. They are top of the country in a lot of different numbers, including their scoring number that is 13th in the country. Pagano thought about the three. You won't see him take a ton of those. Inside for the jam. Nice pass, big to big, and Sledge slams it home. Goldsmith off a screen. He'll retreat. Gives it up, Lacewell. Goldsmith wants to isolate. Step back, fade, fire off the heel. Sanchez, the offensive board. Off the window, no good. Nice work on the block for Sanchez to get the rebound, but made a very difficult shot for himself on the second attempt. Quickly into the lane, pull up, off the heel, no good. Nice quick jumper for McMillan, but a little strong. They're slowly sneaking back into this game as West Texas turning up what has been one of their weaker points this season on the relative scale of the number 2 team in the country, and that's their defense. Right as I say that, dicing up that defense are the Javelinas. Lacewell gets a layup out of it. Muhammad, rise and fire. Referee agrees that was knocked out by Muhammad, so it will be Kingsville basketball, and that'll be on the other side of the break. 18-10, an 8-point lead for Kingsville early. You're watching
Texas A&M University, Kingsville. This is your time. We are a community of thinkers, entrepreneurs, and leaders. We discover, connect, and innovate. We always push the boundaries of expectation. We are Javelina Nation. Strong, fearless, proud.
Welcome back. We've got more Javelina basketball live on Flo Sports. The defense has been great for Kingsville early. They're holding West Texas right now to 4 of 12 shooting from the field. That's 33% for those of you that aren't math majors at home. And then they're 1 of 4 from 3. That's 25%. That's the shooting for West Texas. Kingsville keying in on them, playing some good defense early. Offensively, it's been a number of isolations, but the passing is not something you're used to seeing a ton with Kingsville. They don't average a massively high number of assists, but you're seeing a lot of unselfishness early from the Javelinas. Into Gordon, trying to beat this pressure. West Texas trying to get its legs under it with some full court man pressure. Gordon right side, down low. Henderson, one dribble, fade, fire, long. Little strong. Here comes West Texas. Lost the basketball and, oh no, Henderson threw it right back to West Texas, who threw it unintentionally right back to Kingsville. That floater well short. Here come the Javelinas. Gordon off a screen, down low Henderson. Tough catch in the corner, knocked away from him and off of Henderson. Alan Singleton up to the scorer's table, and he'll check in for Gordon, so he joins Henderson, Little, Nate Garcia, and Bryson Goldsmith. Kingsville wearing its gray uniforms today. The highlight tinged in blue. That's the colors on their chest and back in that royal blue. Pagano a triple off the heel, no good. Rebound is knocked out. Who touched it last? West Texas did. Kingsville maintains its 8-point lead. And obviously any team wants to win fancy and look cool, hit your shots. Kingsville has early, but you'll see that they are more than willing to win these sort of ugly games, and that's what this has turned into the last few minutes. Little hesitates, drives, lay in, no good. Another blown bunny for the Javs. Down below 10 minutes first half. Tough drive along the baseline. Nice feed inside. Pagano lays it in. Got to get the big man going. It's been relatively quiet early. And that's the sneakiness of these Buffs, is suddenly they're only down by 6 and right back into this ball game. Singleton on Pagano along the baseline. Feeds it inside for Goldsmith, but it's knocked away by Muhammad. Goldsmith into the lane, step back, Down low, Henderson fades and got it to go. Count that baby, and a foul. The hoop in the farm for Jordan Henderson. Back comes in Isaiah Payne. Bryson Goldsmith comes out. He's crouched down, so I'm not quite sure, but it looks like that is David Oriaku up to the scorer's table, and he'll check in for, I believe, the shooter Jordan Henderson. Should he make this, which he does. So a swap for bigs here. Payne, almost always, and he is today, wearing that t-shirt undershirt below his jersey. And that thing is already a much darker shade of gray than it started today. Pagato. Outside of Yubi. Nice crossover on Singleton into the lane, and he gets fouled from behind by Alan Singleton. The quickness from Isaac Ayubi. 4 different Australians on this West Texas team. Ayubi's one of them. 5'10" sophomore. Went to Sydney Boys School. Off the heel. There are a couple of Aussie Javelinas, though none of them on the men's basketball team. One on the women's basketball team, Isabella Paradowski, and then one, Luna Jokanovic, on the women's tennis team. West Texas eclipses that total on the men's basketball team alone. Nice save from Zion Little to keep that free throw miss. Inbounds, here comes Kingsville now with a 9-point lead. They're running an action on the right side for Payne, which is blown up. They'll have to give it to Garcia. Little to Singleton. Tough drive into the lane. Floater, no good. Here comes West Texas. Ayubi catches on the run, kicks to the corner, faking on the 3. One more. Driving the lane, knocked away, gets it back in, lays it in. Choktikanovic. Say that 10 times fast. I can't even do it once. Garcia retreating. Singleton setting up an Oriaku high ball screen. Down to 10 to shoot. Singleton to Payne outside. He's cooked for them early. Can he cook one more time? Pulls out the tools, gets to the rim, and lays it in. Something to say to Muhammad as well. Isaiah Payne takes out the do-it-yourself kit, gets to the rim, and gets his 5th bucket of the day. 23-14, a 9-point lead for Kingsville, and we'll take a quick break. You're watching Javelina Basketball live on Flow Sports.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
We are back with more Javelina Basketball live on Flow Sports. The women took care of their part earlier today. They beat the Lady Buffs 80-44, did the Javelina women's basketball team. Now the men's team trying to do just the same, grab a win, and it will count the same on their schedule and in their scorebook, but it might mean a little bit more to hand the first loss of the season to the undefeated Buffs men's squad. Muhammad into the corner, faking on the three, and going to the rim is Morgan. Outside triple try, in and out. Lacewell right side. Handoff Singleton. Those shots that Payne made early and that these Javelinas made early did a lot for the energy in this building and on this team. Obviously they have the lead, but they certainly feel that they are on the level of this high-ranking squad. Lacewell fades, fires, no good. Rebound is somehow won by Little, has it knocked away from him, and it's saved into Little, who puts it up and in for two. Not the way that Coach Gonzalez threw it up, but points are points. An 11-point lead for Kingsville, tied for the largest here today that they've had. Fading, firing, check Djukanovic, drops it in. Singleton, checked by Djukanovic. No, that's Ayubi. Into the lane, sheds a defender, and picks up an offensive foul. I don't think he actually pushed him over with it, but the extension of the right arm from Singleton was enough to get that whistle. When we've had K-Ron Baker on this call, a professional referee himself, he's talked about you rarely actually need to extend your arm to knock anybody over, but it ends up coming out almost as a force of habit. Muhammad has an open triple. Nylon. Ahmed Muhammad, Glendale, Arizona native. Gordon working on the left side. Gives it up Little, who steps out of bounds. West Texas has a little momentum now. And they've got the basketball back as well. Now Payne will check out. Daniel Sanchez up and into the ball game. Wait, there you go. There were 6 on the court for the Havs. I'm no math major, but I can get that high. I probably shouldn't be counting to 6. Slow stepping into the lane. Good kick. Muhammad's got another chance. That one goes in and out. Gordon right side. Sanchez to Goldsmith. Lacewell out top. Little goes around his back and nearly loses it. Knocked away one more time, and he gets it back. Sanchez, nice feed inside. Goldsmith somehow corrals the basketball and puts it off the window for 2. Pagano back into the ball game and had a touch right there. Muhammad wants another 3. Comes out firing, but short. Pagano, can he chase it down? Yes, he can. Was he on the sideline while he still had the basketball? Yes, he was. Javelina basketball. Great hustle from Pagano. No, Pagano booked it to the corner, came up with the ball, and then slid out of bounds with it before he could give it up. Goldsmith. Lost it, got it back. Good defense from McMillan. Good defense from all of West Texas. Muhammad's turning up the burners. Little. Isolation, step back tray, no good. West Texas's defense starting to show itself. Not usually the strength of this team, but they're willing to get down and play this ugly, slower defensive brand of ball with the Javelinas. Lacewell pounding down low with Pagano. Layup no good. Little half baby hook is long. He got fouled. Will go to the line to shoot a pair. Pagano, just a sophomore, but very talented kid. Lines it up, knocks it in. His 16.5 points per game, that is 5th in the Lone Star Conference. After that free throw, he's now sitting on just 3. Has a chance to get to 4 right here. Off the heel, way up high for the board goes Zion Little. One of the many pieces of West Texas that the Javelinas have to keep quiet if they want a chance to win this basketball game. Part of the danger of these Buffs, so many different guys that are such talented scorers. Little into the lane, shed his defender and got the floater to go. Little on both ends. McMillan, nice feed down low, one dribble, lost it. Was knocked away by Goldsmith, who's now got the basketball. Slow it down and set up the O with a handoff to Brian Gordon. Nearly stolen. Nice one inside. Henderson lays it in. Crowd starting to make some noise. Muhammad forced to retreat. Wants to work on Little. Ayubi. One more McMillan, he'll get it back. Ayubi off a screen. Driving along the baseline. One more. McMillan fakes. Fakes again. Now will drive. Muhammad a triple. Nylon. That's that patented high-scoring offense from West Texas. Haven't seen it a lot today, but we know they can score in bunches. Little feeds it Henderson. Drives along the baseline. Kicks it out. Sanchez, who throws it to nowhere. That will land right at the feet of the newly minted athletic director, Michael Salinas. Gets up to throw back to the referee. His first action of the day, 31-23. We're back with more Javelina basketball live on Flow Sports. There are just 2 minutes and 28 seconds left in the first half of what has been a low-scoring defensive ball game, and both of these teams more than willing to oblige the way that this ball game is trending, and that is a little bit of an uglier tone. But a win is a win, ugly or pretty, and both teams showing you why that's the case. 5-4 and winners of their 2 of their last 3 is this Javelina men's squad, and winners of 8 straight. 3-0 in conference play are the Buffs. McMillan with a sideline down in the corner, front court inbounds. Quick stoppage and Payne ties his shoes. Got a double Nadamze, come on. McMillan looking, bounce inside, bumping shoulders his Sledge, forced to pick it up. Interior defense has been great for the Javs. Muhammad into the lane, lefty floater off glass, no good. Count it, they say, goaltending, because Little smacked the glass so darn hard. Or will they say no, a loose ball foul? Referees will sometimes call that goaltending if the rim is moving or the backboard. They don't actually have to call it. What they can do is they'll see, did it affect the shot? Not the case there, but a loose ball foul nonetheless will give West Texas the basketball. McMillan off a screen, picks it up in the corner, jumps to get it to Pagano. He wants to isolate, working on Lacewell, forced to pick it up. Kicks it out. McMillan with 2 to shoot. One more. Back to Pagano. Can he beat the horn? Offensive board right back to West Texas. Muhammad catches Nylon again. This kid can flat shoot the lights out. 31-26 now, just a 5-point lead for Kingsville. Lacewell right side, handoff for Little. Isolates on Pagano, rises and fires, leaves it short. One of the floor to Sledge, who was fouled by Lacewell, they say. Well, Sledge was on the floor and Lacewell was not. Was standing upright. They say that he got a piece there of Sledge. Alan Singleton will come in. Checking out Brian Gordon. So Singleton, Payne, Lacewell, Little, and Dan Sanchez. Those are the 5 wearing gray for the Javelinas. Now David Oriaku comes in for Lacewell. Nate's now got a pair of fouls, him and Jordan Henderson. The rotation at big man for Kingsville, each with 5 fouls. 2 fouls, pardon. Right side, Payne. Off an Oriaku screen. He'll retreat, he's got a switch, rises, fires, fills it up again. Isaiah Payne. Muhammad. Short corner jumper, got it to go. Ahmed Muhammad has been blazing hot. Keeps West Texas right back in it, down by just 5. They'll feed Payne. Another Oriaku screen, another switch, another chance for an isolation. Payne steps inside, leaves it for Oriaku. Layup is good. Payne jump stopped into the lane and I think slid his feet. I'll Javelina homer as much as anybody, but I think probably a missed travel call there regardless. It counts as a converted 2, and with just 32 points.
Sparklight connects your world with reliable internet. Work smarter, learn better, and play faster with high-speed internet. Get worry-free Wi-Fi and free installation with no contracts. Visit offers.sparklight.com today.
We are back with more Javelina basketball live on Flow Sports. Ahmed Muhammad for West Texas with the basketball. Crossing half court, working on Brian Gordon. Deep in that defensive stance is Gordon. Just about a 2.5 second difference shot in game clock. West Texas can take this all the way down. They'll do just that. 3 to shoot. Now 2. Ayubi into the lane. Can't get it off. Wave it off. Shot clock violation taken by West Texas. Forced by the Javelinas. And there is just 1.7 on the first half clock. Kingsville will have to go the length of the court in that 1.7 to try to get a shot off. Singleton, one dribble, heave, has a chance, long. Javelinas take a 7-point halftime lead into the locker room on top of the number 2 team in the country.
Texas A&M University, Kingsville. This is your time. We are a community of thinkers, entrepreneurs, and leaders. We discover, connect, and innovate. We always push the boundaries of expectation. We are Javelina Nation. Strong, fearless, proud.
Welcome back to Javelina Basketball live on Flow Sports. We're just moments away here from the second half of basketball between your Kingsville Javelinas and the Buffs from West Texas. This has been an absolute masterclass defensively, especially from a team in West Texas who frankly wasn't known for their play on that end of the floor. The scouting report coming in, at least on paper, from the outside looking in, is this is one of the most talented offenses in the entire nation. Defensively, they're okay. They've been much more than that here today. Their defense has been impressive to watch. Speaking of impressive, Ahmed Muhammad has been all that and more. Stepping into the lane, off the glass, no good. Late foul call. I believe that will be on the shot. Jalen Sledge going to the rim, got contact. I think they're going to call it on Jordan Henderson. And I actually think that's probably the right call, but that whistle came very late and from an out-of-position referee. Well, in position, but for a different spot on the court. Sledge, the freshman, will now line it up. I was talking just a moment ago about talented offensive players. Sledge is one of them. Fifth in the conference in rebounds. He averages 7 flat per game. He also averages 2.3 steals a game. That's the 4th highest in the conference. Rattles home a couple. A defensive stalwart, but really, as with anyone on this West Texas roster, can get to the cup with either hand. Good dribbler. Talented on offense. There's Payne going right to the rim. They're switching. They're switching so much that these bigs are getting caught in isolations with one of the better isolation scorers in the league. Now we're getting the lid off the basket a little bit as these two teams trade buckets. Left side, Lacewell. Handoff for Singleton. Payne, foul called away from the ball. I think the referee said it's on Sledge. No, it's not. They're going to put it on Pagano. Pagano picks one up away from the basketball. Baseline inbounds for Kingsville. A tough catch for Lacewell, and looks like he's a little lost. Got to get rid of it. This is where Payne has been great. Right here, when they set a screen and they switch. Now he's got the big man on him, goes right to the rim. Missed it. Good defense from Pagano. Must have heard the broadcast. I was calling him out. Makes a great defensive play. Speaking of, Singleton seals one away. Ahead to Payne. Sheds his defender and lays it in. He pushes past Muhammad and got a pair. Sledge fakes and drives baseline. Underneath on the reverse, no good. Knocked out of bounds by West Texas. That was Gresham come flying in. Had a shot at the offensive rebound, instead ended up just poking it past the baseline, so it'll be Kingsville basketball. 39-31. It'll be interesting to see how long West Texas continues to switch their high screen and rolls. What's happening is when Kingsville can get it, one of the best offensive players in the league, their starting shooting guard, Isaiah Payne, who's down in the corner with those pink shoes on, will get switches onto a big man and then go to work on them. Right here, he's switching. Down low, there's Little. Lay-in, no good, he bricked it. And an offensive foul is called. Fans expressing their distaste with the call. To be honest, I think it was pretty bang-bang because Little comes in, throws that right shoulder, and you really could have gone either way with it. I think probably just getting as much critique because you're here in Kingsville's home gym. Muhammad, right side catch from Morgan. Back to Sledge. Now McMillan working against Payne. Drives past him baseline. Floating pass to nowhere. Good recovery from the Kingsville defense. They were waiting for it. Little fakes a couple times, now gets it down low. Lacewell is fouled on the floor. That's Sledge trying to check him down low. Now some words being shared between Jalen Sledge and Nate Lacewell. Looks like it was just that, some words back and forth. Gordon the baseline inbound. Kingsville's offense has by no means been highly impressive. They shot in the first half 57% from the field, and that's quite good, of course, as Little knocks one in along two from the short corner. But the main reason you're up on this team right now has been this end of the court right here. It's the defense. Muhammad finds Ayubi. He wants to work on Singleton. Step back triple on the way. Nylon. Isaac Ayubi. Pride of Sydney Boys High School. Lacewell for Singleton. Little wants a deep triple. Oh, off the heel. Rebound is chased down by Gordon. Step back. Tough J. Nylon. Pulling out the Colby double jab. Steps back and knocks it in. Muhammad to the rim, off glass, no good. Oh, there's Sledge to slam it home on the follow. Lid got taken off the basket in a big way after halftime. This game's become a bit of a track meet. Kingsville holding serve, though, and sitting on a 7-point lead. Payne, right to the rim, lays it in off glass. Isaiah Payne. A steal by Little to the cup. Oh, went for the highlight. Wide open underneath the cup, denied, and a foul is called. Kingsville defense rotated to crash in on Morgan, but it was far too late and out of position. They crashed down on top of him, and so Mackenzie Morgan will get a couple of free throws. This game's quickly become a track meet. It's back and forth, and the offense has started to heat up for both of these teams here in the second half. First one goes front iron for Morgan, who has just one field goal in the game, 3 rebounds, a turnover, and a 1-of-1 triple. Little checks out of the ball game and laughs as he high-fives his teammates, who I'm sure had jokes about the missed dunk. Split pair for Morgan. Lead down to 8. Handoff for Singleton. There's Payne. He's been getting everything he wants, and Coach Gonzalez says clear. Isolation. Payne going to work. Downhill, trying to work his way to a shot. He does, left it short, tips it back, up and in. Isaiah Payne getting whatever he wants. Ayubi gives it up and gets it back. Drives and kicks. Corner triple, short. Rebound is won by Ayubi. It bounced all the way back out to him. Now we'll retreat and give it up Morgan. Muhammad's driving. Step back. Jay short. Offensive board. Fade and fire. It won't drop. And the rebound's knocked out of bounds by Kingsville. So on the other side of this break, it will be West Texas basketball. 10-point lead for the home team.
Texas A&M University, Kingsville. This is your time. We are a community of thinkers, entrepreneurs, and leaders. We discover, connect, and innovate. We always push the boundaries of expectation. We are Javelina Nation. Strong, fearless, proud.
We're back with more Javelina basketball live on Flow Sports. Kingsville putting West Texas, the #2 team in the country, on upset alert. Here just 5 minutes into the second half. The first half, particularly at the end of those first 20 minutes, this became a duel between Ahmed Muhammad and Isaiah Payne. Payne for Kingsville was getting to the cup, was getting whatever he wanted in isolation. Muhammad started knocking down Jays, showing his talent. He's an incredible offensive basketball player, but here in the second half, he's been quiet. Payne's hot stretch has continued. That's where he has Kingsville where they are right now, sitting on a 10-point lead, and after that turnover with the basketball back. Muhammad sitting on 13 points, 5 of 11 and 3 of 5 from 3. But particularly with his work here in the second half, Payne is up to a game-high 20 on, get this, 10 of 13 from the field. Gordon into the lane. Nowhere to go with it. Out for Singleton. Goldsmith. And an offensive foul. They're going to call it on Dan Sanchez, who wasn't set, at least say the referees, for that screen. Pagano. And move the basketball around a bit, and there's a wide open Jay, no good. Gordon thought about a pass ahead to Sanchez, thought better of it, and now we'll give it to Sanchez, who nearly turns the basketball over, saves it into Gordon. Singleton. Goldsmith has it knocked away. Step back, Jay, nylon. Bryson Goldsmith, an absolute flamethrower. His very first game in a Javelina uniform earlier this year, scored 19. It was an exhibition game, but nonetheless, that was a signal right away that he is an incredible scorer. He's continued that so far this season, has Goldsmith. Obviously, Isaiah Payne has overtaken him as the leading scorer on this squad, but provides a lot for this team in the scoring department. Does Goldsmith. A lot of his work this year has been off the bench. Recently, however, taken over a starting role. Gresham into the lane, spinning. Lost it, got it back, lost it again. Payne's got it. He wants to run. Ahead Sanchez, slow steps into the lane, got it knocked away. A foul is called. Believe they're going to give this one to Gresham. That'll send Dan Sanchez to the free throw line. The freshman Sanchez. He'll toe the line, looking for his first points of the game. Has taken 2 shots already, missed them both. An assist and a couple of boards he has to his name so far. In and out on the first one. Bucaramanga, Colombia native. And the lefty to boot. Jim goes quiet as Sanchez lines up number 2. Split the pair. One of the better free throw shooting teams in the conference is Kingsville. In fact, they're both of these teams. Muhammad works his way to a jumper off the heel, no good. He's gone cold here in the second half. Payne leaves it for Gordon. Now we'll get it back. Knocked away by Sledge. He's got a steal and a turnover there for Kingsville. Corner tray, front iron. Gordon has a chance to run with it. Now we'll slow it down. He can't touch that again, but he did. Must have been knocked away, at least as far as the referee saw it. That one certainly was knocked away, and Kingsville will maintain possession. Henderson, Little, and Singleton into the ball game. They'll join Isaiah Payne and Bryson Goldsmith. So it's the starters back onto the floor for Kingsville. They get it into Payne, lines up a tray off the heel. First three-pointer taken today for Isaiah Payne. Loves to work in the mid-range, but he can be a three-level scorer. Outside, it's McMillan. Tough, slow steps into the lane, and a quick little finger roll for Nicholas Jett, living up to that last name. Henderson fakes the handoff and lost the basketball. Oh, dribbled it off his foot and out of bounds. Muhammad trying to cut the deficit to single digits. He can't. Defense on him has been stellar. Goldsmith slows it down. Kingsville moving the ball around. The lend in the hands of Goldsmith. He's got a switch and a big man on him. Down low, Henderson. One dribble. Fades. Denied by Sledge. Coming in rotation. Sledge has been a great defender this year. Triple on the way. It's short. Knocking it away from Jett was Little, but he got contact in there and a foul call. That'll lead us to a media timeout and 11-point.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
We are back with more Javelina basketball live on Flow Sports. This stat should tell you all you need to know about this ball game. The 5-4 Kingsville Javelinas are shooting 56% from the field. The 8-0 number 2 team in the country, West Texas, shooting 37.5. They're also 4 of 12 from the free throw line. Kingsville's taken only 5, they've made 3, but points left at the charity stripe, a massive reason why West Texas is sitting now on a double-digit deficit. Kingsville's led by as many as 13. That was not long ago. Have it down at 11 right now. Long pass over the top is caught by Sledge, who jabs, drives, and kicks. Triple on the way from Jett. It's short. Rebound is nearly careening into the basket. Instead, Kingsville's got the ball. Javelina's wiped some sweat off their brow after what could have been a rebound careening into the goal. Now they'll go to work. Put it back in the hands of Payne, who has another easy switch onto a big man. Slow step into the lane is denied. Muhammad nearly lost it. He got it back, though, and goes into the lane, throwing shoulders, wave it off. Oh, they say on the floor. The call is that Goldsmith wasn't there in time, and a defensive foul called against Bryson. Student workers out to wipe up a wet spot. 50-39, an 11-point lead for Kingsville. West Texas, if it's possible that you'll believe it after watching what you have of this game so far, averages 92.1 points per game. I mean, my goodness. Never scored fewer than 77 points so far this season. Muhammad gets it back. He wants to work on Payne. He'll give it up. Sledge, up fake, one dribble, outside Muhammad. Rises for a fading Jay, no good. Good rebound, or good defense, pardon, from Payne. Pass ahead for Henderson. Too far under the basket, works his way through Sledge to the rim, and he put it in for two. Left side, Sledge off the screen. Deep one for McMillan, all backboard. Singleton racing into the front court. Now he'll retreat. Way out by the screaming Javelina logo at center court. Give it up to Little. Now it's Garcia. Into the paint he goes. Garcia fades, fires short. Perhaps an ill-advised shot from Garcia, especially his first one of the day. Muhammad to the rim through contact. Oh, offensive foul! Oh my, Jordan Henderson put his body on the line. He picked up an offensive foul, and he's checking to make sure his teeth are all there. That's at least the second offensive foul that Henderson, the starting center for the Javelinas, has drawn already today. Pardon? 52-39, Kingsville is back up to its largest lead of the ball game. Javelina's trainer Coe over to meet Henderson when he comes to the bench. Henderson just spat into the trash can. We're praying that that's not blood. Garcia into Singleton. That full court pressure that we saw a little bit in the first half is back up now here in the second. Singleton to Payne. Back to Singleton. Can't get past McMillan baseline. Somehow gets it away to Garcia. Possession saved for Kingsville. Payne with 6 to shoot. Snatch back Jay on the way. Nylon! Oh my! Needs life 360 after a move like that. Gotta find himself. Isaiah Payne catches all nylon. Largest lead of the ball game for Kingsville. Foul on the other end. I'm not sure about that call, but regardless, West Texas, whether they agree with the call or not, will have a couple of chances at the free throw line, and these are ones that they need to make because, as I mentioned earlier, just 4 of 12 from the charity stripe are these Buffs. Noah Pagato, 5th highest scorer in the conference. Got the first. Lining up the second. In and out. Another missed free throw for West Texas. More full court pressure. It's man this time from West Texas. 14-point lead for the Havs. Garcia to Payne. Rejects that screen, drives baseline up and under. Left it short. He'll get a whistle though and go to the stripe. He's got the Anthony Edwards shoes. He's got that mid-forearm wristband like Ant, and he's playing like Ant today. Wow. Anthony Edwards has been stellar. No disrespect to Ahmed Muhammad, who may well be the best player in this conference, and I'm sure the end-of-season awards will put him right up in that conversation. He's a great basketball player, but here today, between these black lines in Kingsville, Isaiah Payne has been the best player on this court. 22 and adding to it, now 23 for the grad student Payne, 11 of 16. Oh, and he missed the free throw. Count that in the announcer's jinx portion of the scorebook. Ayubi to the corner. Driving is Morgan. He's denied, and he'll retreat with the basketball. Working against Little. He's kept him just in front. Ayubi kicks. Pagano, triple, nylon. He rattles it in. West Texas needed that one, and they've got it down now to 12, 55-23. 8:26 left here to play in this one. Can West Texas put on a comeback attempt? We'll find out. You're watching Javelina basketball live on Flo Sports. We are back with more Javelina basketball live on Flo Sports. 55-43, a 12-point lead has Kingsville on the second best team in the country. They're undefeated as West Texas, though hopefully, as far as Javelina fans are concerned, that won't last too much longer. More full court pressure. They're trying to get Payne the basketball. Can they get it there? No, they can't. Good defense from West Texas. Lacewell gives it up, Payne. 10 on the ticker. Payne fades, fires, nylon again! Isaiah Payne! Oh, you outdo yourself, young man. Pagano thought about the triple to answer. Driving along the baseline, Ayubi off glass, no good. Rebound knocked around. Little fights it away from everybody. Isaiah Payne, the grad student guard for Texas A&M-Kingsville, played just 7 games last year before going down with a season-ending injury. Frustrated all off season. Man, he wanted to show out, wanted to play for his team, and was stuck all off season watching all of last season watching his team play without him out there, without a chance to make an impact on the court. His team won just 6 games. Now they can not only knock off the number 2 team in the country, but they can also get to that win total already, and it can be with Payne out there on the court. What a story for this kid, and what an opportunity that he and these Javelinas have in front of them. Take a quick break. The under 8 media timeout is finally here, and we're under 7 minutes to play. A 12-point lead for the home team. You're watching Javelina basketball live on Flo Sports. We are back with more Javelina basketball live on Flo Sports, and we are in the home stretch. This would be the 7th inning stretch in the spring, and here it's the under 8 timeout. This is where games are won and lost. Fitting, I think, to quote Scott Hansen on an NFL Sunday. 12-point lead for Kingsville, in danger of dropping their very first game as the number 2 West Texas Buffs. Payne off a screen. Step back. Jay off the iron. A rare miss for Isaiah Payne today. McMillan, Muhammad, corner, sledge drives, nice feed inside. Pagano has it knocked away, and I think that is on Singleton, who did the knocking away, and I'm assuming got his hand in the cookie jar. Looks like they're actually giving that foul to Zion Little. An interesting call, I'm sure the right one, but that will mean that that's number 4 on Zion Little, and the key part of this team in the lead that they have right now. Zion Little will have to go to the bench. Jordan Henderson will be the big man right now because Dan Sanchez is in for Little. Pagano knocks it in. Makes the first, so he earns the second. Free throw shooting has been an issue for this team in this game. 5 of 14 from the charity stripe. But 2 right there will help. They need every point they can get, trying to scrape and claw their way back into this game, and we are well aware this West Texas team is more than talented to make up this difference and then some, with still plenty of time. 6 minutes 34 left on the clock. Singleton. Long pass over his head to Goldsmith. Stepping back, fading, firing, no good. Henderson got his arm locked in with Pagado's. Muhammad lost the basketball, got it back, and lost it again. This time out of bounds. Kingsville's got it back. Full court pressure. Little 2-2-1. Trying to turn the basketball over, create some extra possessions for themselves, especially as a West Texas team who has not shot the ball well today at all. 37% from the field, 28% from beyond the three-point line. You've got to force turnovers. If you're West Texas, you've got to grab offensive rebounds to give yourself extra shots. Now, I know that's basketball 101, but the fact that Kingsville is not only obviously shooting a great percentage, but is also tied right now in the rebounding battle against a stellar rebounding team like West Texas, that's significant. Knocked out of bounds, Kingsville maintains possession. Worth noting, however, that 9 offensive rebounds sit in the column for West Texas compared to just 4 for Kingsville. Payne pounding the rock way outside. Gives it up Singleton. 5 to shoot. Singleton into the lane. Lost it. Stolen by McMillan. Slowing down with the basketball is Morgan. He'll give it to the big man Sledge to bring it across the timeline. Into the corner. Triple on the way. All air. Was it tipped by Sanchez? Almost certainly. Goldsmith across half court. At the very least, he affected that shot, did Sanchez. Timeout taken by Omar Gonzalez. He'll give his team a break.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
We are back with more Javelina basketball live on Flow Sports. Just 5 minutes and 20 seconds sit in between the Texas A&M Kingsville Javelinas and a potentially massive upset. Singleton looking, still looking, playing with a 5 count, and then instead ends in a turnover. Sanchez gets it right back. And the sideline official comes flying in to change the call and say that West Texas's sledge after the steal and then subsequent other turnover was touching the basketball while out of bounds and thus was himself out of bounds, forcing technically a dead ball turnover. And so waves Sanchez's points off. Outside Payne. They isolate him on Muhammad. Pulling out the do-it-yourself kit. There's Payne, locked up by Muhammad. Fading is Henderson and knocking it in. Big bucket from Jordan Henderson. Muhammad drives. He'll retreat. Sledge fakes, nice crossover into the lane. Passes somehow saved into Muhammad. Triple try, no good. Ahmed Muhammad has not shot the ball well here in the second half. He's gotten some good looks. Done, as they would say, everything but make it. Sanchez into the lane, kicks to the corner. Goldsmith triple is blocked. Sledge got all the way back. His defensive prowess on full display. Ayubi has it knocked away by Singleton, who raced back defensively to erase it. Now he'll race into the front court. Just over 4 minutes to play. Crowd quiet in anticipation. Sanchez into the lane, spins inside, wave it off, foul on the floor. Brian Gordon will check in. Bryson Goldsmith checks out. Gordon joins Sanchez, Singleton, Payne, and Henderson. Those are the 5 wearing gray for Kingsville. Payne fouled on the floor again. This will go on Muhammad. And this time it will lead to a media timeout. It's the final one. We're down to the home stretch. The final 4 minutes are on the other side of a quick break. It's 59-47. We'll have more Javelina basketball.
Hello, I'm Payne Neeson.
And I'm Porter DeVries.
We know that there are many places you can go to purchase a vehicle. You can shop online, you can drive around, but we can guarantee you there is not a dealership you go to that offers more care than we do.
Whether you visit our Nissan Chevrolet GMC store or our Nissan Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram store, your high standards are met with low prices. We know price matters. You can shop around, but you won't find a better selection or bigger discounts than at Nissan Automotive. Don't let the small town fool you. Visit Nissan in Kingsville today.
We are back with more Javelina basketball live on Flow Sports. 59-47. Kingsville trying to hold on and slam the door on what would be a massive upset. West Texas came into today and made the long trip here to Deep South Texas as the number 2 team in the country. They are 8-0. They've yet to lose a game. In fact, they've yet to win a game by fewer than 7 points. Twice they've won games by 7 points, never fewer than that. Far cry from today's performance where Kingsville's defense has led the way. The shot making of Isaiah Payne and a number of others down the stretch of this game has them right here at a 12-point lead. That foul that you saw right before the break was on the floor, so this is a 1-and-1 for Payne. Lines it up. In and out for Payne. So an empty trip. And here comes West Texas, whose margin of error starts to grow thin. Left side Ayubi. One dribble. Step back tray. On the way is good. Gordon runs away from the double and has it knocked away. Sanchez saves it. Outside Singleton. Double comes. Singleton fakes. Gets by it. Into the lane he goes, caught in the air and traveled with it. So a missed free throw and then a turnover. West Texas with the ball, down by only 9. I've told you once and I'll tell you again, this is a dangerous West Texas team. The Buffs have plenty of time to work with. Ayubi into the lane, took 3 steps. Oh, they say foul. I would hope that the referee's thought process was foul occurred before the travel, which perhaps it did, and so Ayubi will toe the line. That's Isaac Ayubi, the sophomore guard. He's been solid today. Jordan Henderson out of the ball game. He's got 4. In for him, another man sitting on 4 fouls. It's Zion Little. Ayubi lines it up and puts it in. Makes the first, earns the second. Down to an 8-point lead for Kingsville. Lines up number 2, won't go. Yet another missed free throw for West Texas, who's left a lot of points on the free throw line. Gordon out by the Javelina logo, standing on the eye. Off a screen, lost the basketball, somehow gets it back, floats it to Payne, into the lane. Sanchez left it for Little, fades, fires. Oh, a disjointed possession for Kingsville. West Texas down by 8. Into the lane goes Ayubi, lost it. Singleton with a steal. Coach Gonzalez says slow it down. Singleton drops a defender into the lane, through contact, no good. Muhammad way ahead. McMillan, one more sledge. Ayubi drives baseline, inside, layup is good. Here comes the number 2 team in the country. Just a 6-point lead for Kingsville. 2 minutes and 21 seconds are left, and the coach's timeout will be back in 30. You're watching Javelina basketball live on Flo Sports. We are back with more Javelina basketball live on Flo Sports. On the verge of a monumental win for the program, for this team, Kingsville is up by just 6. West Texas, with their backs against the wall, came out firing, forced a turnover, a missed free throw, and a couple of very disjointed possessions, and thus a couple of misses. Now they're starting to put the ball in the basket when they need it the most. 59-53. It will be Kingsville basketball out of the break, and they will have full court pressure to face when they get there. Kingsville is led by as many as 15 points. West Texas has never led. Sanchez knocked away by Ayubi. Kingsville maintains possession. Happened right in front of the Buffs bench. That's a tough call to make for the referee. Whether it was wrong or right, I don't know, but the confidence to make a call like that certainly means something. Payne crosses half court where he meets a double team. Spins away, picks it up. Nice catch, Gordon. Payne, open, triple. Oh, no, off the heel. Ayubi's got a chance to run with it. Right into the front court he goes. Layup no good. Little the board. That's a big rebound. And after the miss, West Texas doesn't have a chance to set up their full court pressure. Kingsville in kill clock mode. Little has it knocked away. Muhammad gives it up. Pagata. Ayubi. McMillan throws it off of Sanchez. Singleton hustles to keep it in. Still just 6 points for Kingsville. That's their lead. Payne into the front court, and a timeout is called by Omar Gonzalez. One final.
Sparklight connects your world with reliable internet. Work smarter, learn better, and play faster with high-speed internet. Get worry-free Wi-Fi and free installation with no contracts. Visit offers.sparklight.com today.
Welcome back to the Gil E. Steinke Physical Education Center on the campus of Texas A&M-Kingsville University, where your Javelinas are on the verge of perhaps the largest upset at the Division II level this season. 5-4 on the season is Kingsville, though they've won 2 of their last 3 games. West Texas is 8-0. Including their 3 Lone Star Conference games, and Kingsville has a chance to end that right here, right now. Well, in about a minute and 26 seconds, that is. They sit on a 6-point lead, but in the last probably 2 minutes of game time have, frankly, done their very best to try to give this game back to West Texas and hand them an opportunity to get into this game. West Texas has not obliged because Kingsville's defense has stayed strong, but they need perhaps one more bucket to close this thing out. With a minute and 26 seconds, it's also important to remember that at some point, if things should continue, West Texas will have to turn to fouling. And there is always the strategic question of at what point does Coach Tom Brown and these Buffs turn to that? And is that a 5-second call? No, it's an offensive foul. Oh, no. They called it on Little, and his day is done. Nate Lacewell's now in. The 5 to finish then will be Bryson Goldsmith, Isaiah Payne, Alan Singleton, Nate Lacewell, and Don Sanchez. And so yet another turnover for Kingsville down the stretch. West Texas has a shot. It's McMillan with the basketball. Crossover into the lane, tough, double clutching jumper is no good. Jumped into the air, tried to go up and under and force it over the top with his left hand. He'll get to the free throw line. These 2 free throws, the biggest of the game so far, particularly given the fact that this team is 8 of 18, now 9 of 19 from the charity stripe. That was McMillan's first scratch at the ball game. He's played 30 minutes in this game, 0 of 3 from the field. Got them both, though. The biggest free throws of the game to this point, and he knocked them both in. Down to just a 4-point lead for Kingsville. Sanchez looking, scanning. Baseball pass over the top. Lacewell's wide open, and he slams it home. 2 hands for safety. Nate Lacewell trying to close it out. Ayubi triple goes over the backboard. A last-second outlet from Dan Sanchez goes all the way to Lacewell, who stuffs it. For a Kingsville team that had no offense down the stretch of this game, that was massive. Referee checks with the scorer's table. Each team has 1 timeout remaining. Singleton doubled in the backcourt, retreating, nowhere to go. Got to get it across the timeline. And a timeout taken by Coach Omar Gonzalez. Important to remember that Kingsville will still have to get it across the timeline, and they'll have just under 3 seconds to do it. We're going to keep it right here because why not? 58.3 seconds left. 1 timeout remains for West Texas. Now out of timeouts, I believe, are the Kingsville Javelinas 61-55. Just a 2-possession lead for Kingsville. It's imperative for West Texas. If they want to win this game, that they force a turnover here. Also important to note that Kingsville will have a couple of 1-and-1s left. So when West Texas goes to foul, the Javelinas will have a chance to make the first, to have to get the second. That's important for a team trying to cut down on scoring opportunities if you're West Texas. Here comes the all-important inbounds. It's Sanchez to do it. He's got to get it in, and they've got to get it across this timeline in very short order. Sanchez looking, scanning. It's Payne. Singleton to Payne to Lacewell. Missed 2 wide open Javelinas. Long one. Sanchez is fouled. Pardon. That will send Sledge to the charity stripe. Or that will be a foul by Sledge and send Sanchez to the charity stripe. Quick stoppage as the referees line everything up. Got to make sure it follows protocol. Words are tough sometimes. Just 4 free throws attempted all season by Sanchez. Here's number 5. Got it. Trying to add to a 7-point lead for Sanchez. Got them both. Dan, the man. Morgan across the timeline. Time running thin. Pagano got it. Back to a 6-point lead for Kingsville. Goldsmith nearly threw it away. Singleton makes a great catch. Ahead to the front court. Lacewell is fouled. Kingsville trying to put the finishing touches on this one. And look at Kingsville and their whole bench on their feet trying to call for a clear path foul, which has become increasingly commonly called. Not called here, though, or at least not applied. And it'll be Lacewell with some free throws. Remember, this is still 1-and-1. So he has just one right now. Here comes the front end. Got it to go. He's earned his second. Lacewell knocks it in. An 8-point lead with under 30 to go. Muhammad heaves, got it to go, wow. West Texas won't go away. Goldsmith knocked out of bounds. Who touched it last? Oh, it's West Texas basketball. Are they going to review it? No. Looked for a moment like one referee wanted to. Say, West Texas ball. Down by just 5. Muhammad, rise, fire, short. Out to McMillan. Nowhere to go, lost the basketball. It's in Lacewell's hands. Who else? Nate Lacewell closing this basketball game out almost single-handedly. The grad student forward had a massive jam when Kingsville's offense needed it most. Then he knocked in 2 free throws a moment ago. Now he'll have a couple of massive ones to put the finishing touches on a premier program win. 2 shots for Lacewell. First one, off the heel. Here comes number 2 with 11.8 to play. In and out, no good. Ahead, Muhammad. Triple on the way. Long rebound. Sanchez. Stepped out of bounds. West Texas has it with 3.3 to play. Pass inside, knocked away. All air. They did it! Undefeated no more! The Javelinas make the long trip home for West Texas all the longer. 65-60, they hand West Texas and the Buffs their first loss of the season. The number 2 team in the country came all the way to deep South Texas and fell for the first time this year. A massive game from Isaiah Payne, who was hot from the start and all night long. 25 points. And though Nate Lacewell did not have a massive scoring total, just 9 points, all of them came late in this game when his team needed it most. A huge premier program win. Kingsville tops West Texas and grabs their second conference win of the year. Cue up Jalisco. They'll play it in this gym, and they'll play it loud. Throw up your Jays. We've got a Javelina win. Thank you so much for watching Javelina Basketball live on Flow Sports.